For most things, when you buy them, you want to know when you're going to get your money's worth, and is it worth the money? One of the ways we can articulate that is using what I call payback time. Payback time, which is a very simple calculation of how long it takes for your buyer to quote unquote get their money back. And that's what we're talking about today in episode 662 of the Daily Sales Message podcast, where every single day I share a piece of simple and actionable advice that's designed to help you feel more confident and sell more stuff too. Now, this is going to be easier for some businesses than others. And I'm always envious of those people where they can essentially say, for every £10 you give us, you'll get £37.5 back. There we go. Because it's a very easy calculation. But what I want you to think about is your buyer pays X for your product or your service. And if it's going to save them time, that kind of saves them money, doesn't it? Which makes them money. So there's a monetary value to that. If it makes them money or provides opportunity for them, what is a conservative amount of time that could pass where the amount that's saved or made or created, generated, whatever, would exceed the cost of the product or the service? That is the payback time window, and that's what we want to focus on. And if you can get this right, we don't want to mislead people or sell them anything we can't do, but if you can get this right and it's an attractive 3 months or 6 months or even 12 months, that could help you to close the deal. So for example, let's say I sell a £15,000 package that's going to streamline your business and save you loads of money. And in fact, it's going to mean you can get rid of a member of staff. Well, that member of staff is costing you £3,000 a month. Oh, the maths are looking very round here, James, aren't they? Yes, they are, James. Very good. So if I'm saving you £3,000 a month on a member of staff, then guess what? After 5 months, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, had to check. After 5 months, you've saved £15,000 on paying that employee, and that matches the £15,000 you pay to me for my service. So in month 7, you are now in quote unquote profit. You're in profit. So in selling this time-saving thing, I could say that actually by month 7, it's paid for itself and all the savings thereafter are quote-unquote profit. This thing just pays for itself. So rather than you feel like you've paid out for something and you've lost out on the money, it feels much more like you've invested the money and you're getting a return, but better than that, it's an ongoing return. So what I'd like you to think about for your own business, product or service is, what does that payback time look like? How are you calculating the money that your client saves or makes or generates from what you're doing? Contrast that with how much your thing actually costs. Produce a figure that you're happy hanging your hat on, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, whatever, but hopefully it's as attractive as possible. And then use that to experiment when closing clients, because they could do the calculation themselves, but when we do the thinking for our buyer, we make it easier for our buyer to buy. And that's the name of the game. Right, and that's it for this episode of the podcast. Tomorrow in episode 663, I'm going to take you back to a photograph taken of me a couple of years ago, which was embarrassing at the time, and it's now become an asset for my business, and I talk about it on quite a regular basis now. I have no shame, but I'll talk to you about that in tomorrow's episode. In the meantime, if you haven't already, please hit the like, subscribe, share button or comment below to indicate to the algorithms that, hey, this podcast is actually quite useful and it's probably worth more than 3 people listening to. Right, that's it for this one. Have a super day. I'll catch you tomorrow for another exciting edition of the Daily Sales Message.